Good agricultural practice are specific methods which, when applied to agriculture, create food for consumers or further processing that is safe and wholesome. While there are numerous competing definitions of what methods constitute good agricultural practice, there are several broadly accepted schemes that producers can adhere to. Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations (GAP). The Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations uses good agricultural practice as a collection of principles to apply for on-farm production and post-production processes, resulting in safe and healthy food and non-food agricultural products, while taking into account economical, social and environmental sustainability. GAPs may be applied to a wide range of farming systems and at different scales. They are applied through sustainable agricultural methods, economically and efficiently produce sufficient, safe and nutritious food. Research that works for developing countries and Australia. Retrieved 25 November 2007. GAPs require maintaining a common database on integrated production techniques for each of the major agroecological area, thus to collect, analyze and disseminate information of good practices in relevant geographical contexts. Mamin Hassan, Pondicherry University, United States Department of Agriculture GAP, GHP Program. The United States Department of Agriculture Agricultural Marketing Service currently operates an audit certification program to verify that farms use good agricultural practice and/or good handling practice. This is a voluntary program typically utilized by growers and packers to satisfy contractual requirements with retail and food service buyers. The program was implemented in 2002 after the New Jersey Department of Agriculture petitioned USDA-AMS to implement an audit-based program to verify conformance to the 1998 Food and Drug Administration publication entitled Guide to Minimize Microbial Food Safety Hazards for Fresh Fruits and Vegetables. The program has been updated several times since 2002, and includes additional certification programs such as commodity-specific audit programs for mushrooms, tomatoes, leafy greens, and cantaloupes. In 2009, USDA-AMS participated in the GAPS Harmonization Initiative, which harmonized 14 of the major North American GAP audit standards, which in 2011 resulted in the release and implementation of the Produce GAPS Harmonized Food Safety Standard. Smallholder productivity. Demand for agricultural crops is expected to double as the world's population reaches 9.1 billion by 2050. Increasing the quantity and quality of food in response to growing demand will require increased agricultural productivity. Good agricultural practices, often in combination with effective input use, are one of the best ways to increase smallholder productivity. Many agribusiness are building sustainable supply chains to increase production and improve quality. Soil. Reducing erosion by wind and water through hedging and ditching, application of fertilizers at appropriate moments and in adequate doses, to avoid runoff, maintaining or restoring soil organic content by manure application, use of grazing, crop rotation. Reduce soil compaction issues, maintain soil structure by limiting heavy tillage practices. FOW-GAP principles. Soil in situ green manuring by growing pulse crops like cowpea, horse gram, sun hemp, etc. Water. Practice scheduled irrigation, with monitoring of plant needs, and soil water reserve status to avoid water loss by drainage. Prevent soil salinization by limiting water input to needs, and recycling water whenever possible. Avoid crops with high water requirements in a low availability region. Avoid drainage and fertilizer runoff. Maintain permanent soil covering, in particular in winter, to avoid nitrogen runoff. Manage carefully water table by limiting heavy output of water. Restore and maintain wetlands. Provide good water points for livestock. Harvest water in situ by digging catch pits, crescent bunds across slope. Animal production, health and welfare. Respect of animal well-being. Avoid non-therapeutic mutilations, surgical or invasive procedures, such as tail docking and debeaking. Avoid negative impacts on landscape, environment and life. Contamination of land for grazing, food, water and air. Check stocks and flows. Maintain structure of systems. Prevent chemical and medical residues from entering the food chain. Minimize non-therapeutic use of antibiotics or hormones. Avoid feeding animals with animal wastes or animal matter. Minimize transport of live animals. Prevent waste runoff, nutrient loss and greenhouse gas emissions. Prefer safety measures standards in manipulation of equipment. Apply traceability processes on the whole production chain for consumer security and feedback possibility in case of a food crisis. FOGAP principles, animal health and welfare. Healthcare and public health. Quality assurance of the horticultural or agricultural production of medicinal plant. Quality assurance of cultivated and gathered medicinal plants. Retrieved 23 May 2009. World Health Organization, WHO Guidelines on Good Agricultural and Collection Practices for Medicinal Plants. Retrieved 23 May 2009.